Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I had planned to do a page in Fantastic Worlds, but I've already tried to film it this morning and it went fantastically wrong, so I'm in the process of trying to fix that. Hopefully you'll get to see it, but it went fantastically wrong, so I've had to crack out the acrylic paint as a rescue. So I didn't feel, I'm not in the greatest of places at the moment, so I didn't feel like trying to do another page that was so complex. So I'm jumping to R.J Hampson's Mountain King book because I love it and I'm itching to colour in it. So I've chosen this beautiful page, which is Spellbound, and I fell in love with this when I did the flip through, which is on the channel if you want to see it. And I thought I would use the Arrtx pencils to do this with. So I haven't really done too much planning, apart from the fact that I can see, obviously he's got flames, but I can see him having dark green and gold outfit. That's all I could see, and you know, obviously the colours for the owl. But so I don't know if we'll get this done in one sitting, but we will try. So I've pulled out, to start us off, 50% warm grey, dark green, asparagus green and pale green. And I'm going to use the dark grey to deepen up the dark teal. Is it? I've got dark green. So I'm going to use that to deepen that up. So let's just go in and be brave. Yeah. So I'm going in with our dark green, and I'm going to pull that out far enough that it stands as a colour on its own. Okay. And then working through the colours, the next colour down is what? Asparagus. You'll have to excuse me if I'm a bit dizzy today, more than usual. Things have been, still are very difficult, very challenging at the moment. And now I'm going to go back through the colours. So I've shut myself away, being a bit selfish. It's one of those days outside that is raining and miserable, and yet it's really cosy in here and I feel warm and safe, and you know, and I thought, right, that's it. I'm throwing myself into YouTube and going to do a video and share my time with you guys. And I didn't come in, did I? My apologies. Probably a bit close. There we go. Alright, so I've got that green blend in, and I'm now going to go in with the 50% warm grey, and I'm just going to, where we've got those creases, I'm really going to deepen that up, and that grey will help us to do that. And then go back in with our dark green. There we go. So we'll do the same again over here. Let me just finish blending that. So I'll do my best to get our incredible wizard here done. But if I don't, and we have to do it in two parts, don't be cross with me. I'm fragile. And I've had the most wicked headache for the last couple of days. I'm sure it's stress related, but paracetamol just doesn't seem to touch the edge of it. So on the up note, I did finish my paint set, and I've made another one on my little Etsy shop, which will be in the description down below if you want to have a look. So I made a big set of 13, and I'm just wrapping up and finishing off the little set, which has got let me think, what has it got? Prussian blue, Old English red, a teal that is a custom mix I've made myself. What else has it got? Oh, like a buttery yellow. So what's that? White. And oh, ultramarine violet. I think that's the colours that's all of them. But yeah, a really nice mix, little set, which I'm going to sell for, they're £4 each. So I'm going to sell my little set at 6 fours, 24, £25 I think I'm going to put them on for. So really reasonable. And then what I'm going to start to do, if they sell well, I've had some really lovely reviews. If they sell well, then I'm going to start doing them in little 6 sets of colours so that you can do colour blending with them. So you don't have to sit and work it out. So I might do like a red and pink set and a blue set and a yellow set, and you know. There we go. I'm using the grey to deepen him up so he doesn't look like the Hulk. Oh dear. Yeah, so that's a positive. I have to, you know, keep to all the positive elements that are in my life, and I'm sure you're all the same. You have to keep reminding yourself that it's not all bad. You know, there are good elements to things. So my little Etsy shop, I'm going to do some jewellery made with Swarovski crystals, if I've said that right, and like Mayuki beads, which are really good quality beads, and I'm just finishing off a little, well, I say little, a lap blanket. Now there's, you know, there's no profit to be made in those really, because the yarn is very expensive anyway, so I don't know how many of those there'll be, but I'll just see how things sell, you know, get the feel of what people like and want. So if that is going to be gold, oh, this always scrambles my brain, these patterns. Probably best to put the gold in, and then I'll come back to that. So I'm going to make that dark, really dark green in there. There we go. I fell in love with this page. He's just stunning, isn't he? Isn't he gorgeous? Alright. So the robe will be done the same. So I'm going to come down with my dark green. And then that little line will be gold. I'll come down here. So how have you all been? I know it's been 2 weeks, isn't it, since I did a colour with me. We did Maria Troll's new book, and I absolutely love that book. And so I will be revisiting that on the channel. And I didn't get to do an extra page last week with things that were going on, but I've put my foot down, and I've said I can't carry on like that. I have to, you know, I'm not going to go into detail. It's family crap, really. But oh gosh, it wears you down. Really wears. It makes me ill, and the fibromyalgia kicks off, and then yeah, the fibromyalgia kicks off, then my anxiety kicks in, and it becomes a vicious cycle. So I really have to fight and battle to stay above water, if you get what I mean. I'm fine. I'm sort of potter along as long as everything, you know, is normal, and then as soon as anybody throws in anything awful into it, or, you know, that's not very pleasant, I just dive. I can't. And I just don't manage very well. So anyway, on an upper note, I'm here and we're doing this, and already I'm enjoying it. And I've got my beloved Arrtx pencils out. I absolutely love my Arrtx pencils, as you know. And I really enjoy using them, particularly on Amazon paper. Really enjoy using them. There we go. Alright, so he's coming to life. Have we got any more? This is all flame. And then we've just got this side of him. So I'll continue to do that with you if... because just so you know where I'm putting everything, all the placements. Colours will be on the screen in order of dark to light. So I'm going from dark to light in case you hadn't noticed. But that's the order I'm going to put them in. Yeah. So I needed a pick-me-up, and what better than an RJ page and his humour, and what better than this incredible wizard. I would love, love, love to see RJ do like this wizard as a main character. I would love that. Wouldn't that be incredible? I might have to get hold of him on Instagram and say to him, "Dear Mr. RJ, please, 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 can we have the Spellbound Wizard as a character in a new book? Like we had Mr. Fogarty. Wouldn't that be amazing?" I think so. I know a lot of you fell in love with this book in particular. So I'm just going to pull that grey in. So we get that nice deep edge. There we go. Oh, I love him. He's so cool. Okay, dark green in here. There we go. Make that really nice and dark. And we can even go over that with a bit of grey just to ensure that that is very dark. Like that. We'll do the same over here. Yeah, he's just a phenomenal character, isn't he? Look at him. And then we're going to do dark green on this edge. Like that. And then we'll come in with our other colours. And give him his little highlights. The Emerald Wizard. Yeah. So nothing better than a cosy day. Like I say, it's pouring out with rain. It's cold out and miserable outside. And nothing better than locking yourself away in my little room and sharing RJ's humour, which always brings a smile to my face, always. RJ's humour and spending time with you guys. Yes, there we go. Alright, nearly there, and then we can move on. I'll do his skin, I think, next, before I do anything else. There's not a lot of it, but there is a little bit of it peeping through. So what does the little caption say? It says Spellbound, a little bit out of control. I suppose you could say that again. So just coming back in, tidying up, and then I'll put my grey in. There we go. Oh, I really like it. I'm so glad I went with the green. I don't know, I looked at him and just thought, I need green. He needs like a deep velvety green and gold outfit. And then I don't know what these little dragons are going to be yet. But we'll go along with it. We'll get there. As the page and our wizard starts to come to life, I'm sure I'll come up with a colour that I'm happy with. So I'll just finish off his robe. And look at his staff. His staff's cool too. yeah, I'd really love to see him as a character, a main character. And I have to think, are those flames going to be normal flames? Like traditional red and orange flames? Or, because he's cast a spell that's got out of control, are they going to be something else? Is that his robe there? Are they going to be a different colour? I think that's a bit of robe, is it? Oh, dang it, I think that's a flame. Okay, let's get rid of that. We can always come back to it. I think that's supposed to be a flame there, isn't it? Okay, let's blend these together and then we'll come back in. Come back in with my dark, soften that blend line out. There we go. And then put the grey in. So I'm waiting, I've got, from pre-order, I've got some books coming. Let me go to Amazon and have a look and share with you. So exciting. And I was so kindly gifted a little bit of money on my PayPal. So I want orders, don't I? Orders and not yet dispatched. There we go. Yes, so I was able to order the new Hannah Carlson book for the Christmas book that she's got coming out. So I'm just holding off for that. But arriving, oh yeah, 12th of September I've got a book coming. And then I'm still waiting for my Emily Lydell Oldberg book, which that's not coming till October. It's crippling me. So I've got two coming on the 12th of September, and then we've got, oh my goodness, we have got Joanna Basford on the 24th of October, and then RJ is not till next year. But we've got a cover for RJ, folks. If you want to go on Amazon and have a look, Dark Fairy Tales it's called. There is now a cover page for it. So I've got two books coming in September that I'm really excited to show you. And then the others are October. Ugh, I thought there was more than that, but never mind. Two's enough. Two's enough. Yeah, so I'm hoping that I'm going to save up my Etsy money and try and get myself some new glasses, I think. These headaches, I'm sure, are related not only to stress, but the fact that my glasses are so out of date. I don't know whether that is his robe in here. See what I mean? My eyes are so bad. I might just leave it out for a minute and then we'll come back to it when things, you know, when you've got busyness going on like this, sometimes it's easier just to come back, isn't it? So I'm going back in with my dark green. Yeah, so I just desperately need new glasses. Dark green in there. I'll have some here. Down here. And then this side. Like that. And then in with our asparagus. There we go. Alright, let's come in tidy up a little bit. And then I'm going to take the grey, darken that right up in there. Ooh. That is really windy. Oh, talking of windy, I was telling my Patreons yesterday, we've lived in this house for 20 odd years. And in that time, we've got this brick shed outside this old, which way around have I done it at the bottom? With this old brick shed in our garden. And both doors on it have been knackered since the time we moved in. So, I mean, it got really bad, like the roof was crumbling and stuff like that. So over the last 2 years, every summer, I've put in a complaint saying, can you come and repair the shed, please? The roof's damaged, you know, the whole thing wants looking at. Well, I've had supposed surveyors come out over the last couple of years and then never heard any more. Well, I was wittering on, like I do, to my Patreons yesterday, and there was a knock at the door, and it was a surveyor. Anyway, cut a long story short, they came to have a look at the shed, and then knocked on the door again. And he said, oh, I just thought I'd let you know that we're putting your shed down for repair. We'll do the roof and the doors as a matter of urgency. I was like, right, well, about time. Then he says, after 20 odd years, there might be a bit of asbestos on that roof, so don't go outside if it's windy, just in case it gets blown up. Excuse me, just in case it gets blown about. So I said, you are kidding? No, why? I said, we've lived here for 24 years. I said, and you're just now telling me that that is dangerous. Marvellous. I mean, I wouldn't have, you know, I didn't kick off or anything. I'm too tired to kick off. I'm too tired with all the kicking off that's going on everywhere else. But you'd have thought, you know, after 20 odd years of living here, that they would have ascertained before that this shed is dangerous. Anyway, clearly not. So I think they said they're coming as a matter of priority because it's all crumbling away, but priority being the end of September. So clearly it's not that urgent, but then so why, you know, I don't know. I don't know. People, folks, people. It feels at times much easier just to shut myself away and not have anything to do with anyone. It really does. I'm sounding like a miserable, bitter old bat now, but yeah, anyway, whatever. Now my phone's ringing. It's alright. I can't be doing with it, so I've told everyone that I'm shutting myself away, so... There we go. You know, sometimes when you just have to say, no thank you, no more. Not at the moment. Right, now that's hat, isn't it, there? So we'll do hat there, dark green. And here, yeah. Is that, yes, that's hat. Pull that out. Look at those ears. Now I've done his hat, man. He's got big ears for listening. There we go, look at that. Oh, I love him. He's gorgeous. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now I think what it will be is probably a gold gel pen or Posca gold to put the detail in. Okay, I am going to get the colours ready for his skin and then I will be back very shortly. Okay, got the colours for his skin I think. So I've got light peach, we might need to add to this. Peach puff, which looks pink but it is quite peachy. Let me just check. It is quite pink, but... And then I've got Venetian red. So we'll see how that goes. Let's do an arm. Then if it messes up, it's not so bad. Okay, so light peach. I haven't done any practicing. I'm just coming straight in, which is probably the way things have been, why I've fluffed up my page in Fantastic Worlds. It's the background, so it's no major biggie. I'll just go over it with black acrylic paint, or I did a beautiful background yesterday. I was so pleased with it. Something I'd never done before, but it turned out so well with acrylic paint. I'll show you when I get to my finished pages. I didn't do a finished pages this month because I hadn't done any extras. So other than my romantic country and the pages that I do with my Patreons, there wasn't that many because I'd sort of shut down a bit. And I'm back. Yeah, no, that's a good colour. So we'll stick with that. Okay. So I'm going to add the tiniest bit of Venetian red. So I'm going to be quite sparing with it. And I'm going to use that to put in our shadows. And then we'll blend it out. Okay, back in with our light peach. And we've got light coming up here, so we might need a little bit of some yellow, I think. So now I'm going to take the peach puff and just put that in. It's a bit pinker. Help just pull that, smush that Venetian red in. And then I'm going to take a little bit of, let's take some cream actually. Let's try a bit of cream. And we're going to put that in at the top here. Just because he's holding that light source. Alright, so now I'm going to go back in with the, Venetian red. There we go. And the light peach. We can use the Tule art pens if we want to really get that sort of highlight going on. There we go. He looks a little bit orange, but that's not a problem. We can fix that if I've messed that up. Which, if we take this pale green, I was showing my patrons yesterday, if you you're a bit concerned that you're too red, you take your pale green and go over it. It kind of neutralises that red a little bit. I don't know how it works, but it does. And it will take that redness out of it a little bit. All about colour theory and stuff, and I don't know where I learnt it from. I can't remember where I learnt it from. I learnt it quite early on, but yeah, that kind of neutralises it down a little bit. Alright, so I don't have to put that cream in on this hand. I might take a bit of white actually. Oh, that's got a lot of purple on it. Let's get rid of that. And let's just knock that yellow back. There we go. This is white Prisma. I'm just knocking that yellow back. There we go. Prisma and Arrtx work beautifully together. That's better. Happier with that. Alright. Alright, let's do the face without being too cocky and cute. So his nose. And I'm just trying to work him out. This is his beard. I think this is round here. And I think these are bags under his eyes, I think. We'll see when I've put the peach on if it makes sense. Yeah, okay. So we've got the light peach. Let's go in with our shadowy bits. So Venetian red, very carefully here. So I'm trying to do it so you can see my hand doesn't get in the way. Here we go. Make sure we sort of accentuate those bags under his eyes. There we go. And come back in, let's come back in with our light peach. Oh, I feel better already, folks. Doesn't take much, does it? You know, to just be able to step away and then you can go back and deal with whatever life throws at you afterwards. Okay, I'm going to come in with a bit of white. Really pull out those highlighted bits that I want. He won't look so bright when we've put hair on. And then obviously I'll go back over and pull out the, like, his little glasses details and things. Oh, it does make me chuckle. Okay, his nose. Let's do a little bit on the top of the bridge of his nose here. What's that bit then? Oh, it's his forehead. Tip of his nose. And we need the forehead, of course. And then we'll just pull that out with the light peach. I haven't used that peach puff, but I'm just going to sharpen it and we'll try. Just gives a little bit more of a sort of pinky hue. Okay. I love his expression. It's cracking, isn't it? It's just brilliant. Bit of peach puff up there. Oh, he's so good. Alright. And then we'll do this hand down here. Cover up that. You've got gangrene on the tip of his finger. That can go with the Venetian red. We'll put some just at the dips of his little knuckles there, like that. Then a bit of light peach again. And we can just try that peach puff. A bit pinker. There we go. And I think, folks, for those of you that don't like skin, lips, Venetian red. For those of you that don't like skin, he's mostly done. Not a lot of skin on this one. Perfect. There There we go. A lot of Venetian red and light peach. I like it. Isn't he gorgeous? Okay. Now I don't know if this is going to work, but I am going to go in with the traditional flames. So I'm going to start with like one here and just see how we get on. I might need to add some more red, or indeed some more yellow. But I've got cadmium orange deep, chromium yellow light, and then light yellow. So I'm just going to do this flame here and see how, if that is enough. That's a beautiful flame colour, that one. And then cadmium deep. Is it deep? Nope, cadmium yellow light. And then light yellow at the top. And then those two are quite similar, aren't they? They look quite similar, but if we pull that orange up really lightly, like that, I wonder if it would be better switch into cream instead of that yellow. Let's try another one. Let's do this one. So the cadmium orange deep, the chromium yellow light, let's put a little bit of that in, and then let's try a bit of cream. I don't think it matters either way. You've got one that's a stronger flame, one that's more orangey. So I think I'll stick to the original. And we might as well have the really bright yellow. Why not? There we are. Okay, let's do a big flame. Okay, I'm not going to keep repeating the colours because I'm going to keep getting them wrong. So I have to work out here, around here, I'm going to use this flame to start with. I'm going to pull up this beautiful orange to about here. And then the next colour down. That might be in there. Backtrack over that orange. And then we'll bring in that bright yellow. We might be able to see the difference here. See, look, they're so similar. Okay. So it might be that what I have to do is introduce some red. I mean, I could have done other colours, but it's a bit late now. So I could introduce, let's get, oh, what about the Venetian red we've just used? Would that work? Yep, that works. We'll put that in. That works really well. Look at that, over that orange. Yep. Okay, folks, I think I've finally come to maybe. Okay, I don't know if I want that. I want it brighter. I'm going in for a brighter red. Let's go. What about chili? Let's do chili pepper. We're not going to get much brighter than that. So we'll go in here with chili. Right, so scrap everything I've just shown you. And then we'll take out the Venetian red and we'll use these three. So chili red. Like that. Yeah, that's good. Nice bit of chili red. And then the orange. There, that's good. That's more like it, I think. We can put some detail in afterwards with gel pens or Tule Art pens or Posca, whatever you've got. And then let's go in with that orange. Sorry, the Cad Yellow Light. And then we'll go in with our light yellow. Just because it's quite bright. And we'll just use that to blend and smush. Beautiful hot flames. Okay, we've finally got a blend. Finally. Okay, put a little tiny bit of that in there. They look quite good. They look quite good. Yep, right, okay, let's do this one. So, chili red. Is it just chili red? Oh, it's chili pepper. My apologies. Let's put that in there. He doesn't look too bothered. Well, they're dragons, aren't they? I suppose they're not bothered by the heat. I was just about to say, they're not that bothered by the heat sitting there. Okay. So working through our colours, I'll come back and make that blend nicer there in a minute. So we pull up, I'm going to pull up my cadmium orange and then let's just soften that line up. There we go. Flames, folks, flames. We've got flames. Let me come out and have a look. Oh, that's going to be awesome with the green, isn't it? And then gold. Yeah, gorgeous. So let's go off and do all our flames. Now I've given you, let me just run through those again. I'll put them back, they will be on the screen, but chili pepper, cadmium orange deep, cadmium yellow light, and light yellow. That's our combination for our flames. Everything else can do one. Alright, I'll see you in a second. Okay, so now I've finished my wizard colour and the flame colours. I've kind of took away all traditional dragon colours, haven't I? So I'm going to go in with blue for this fella. I might do him the same, but we'll see. I'm sitting here looking at it thinking, okay, well, what colours now then? I don't know. So I've got indigo, ocean blue, and I've got deep sky blue. So let's start with a leg again, and then if I don't like it, I can change up. Have I brought you in? Yeah. Okay, so indigo, deep sky blue, and I'm not going to do his spots. I'm going to try and avoid the spots. Here we go. And then, that wasn't, no, that was, sorry, that was ocean blue. This is deep sky blue. So we're going in with that now. So it was a toss-up between doing the flames blue or and then the dragon, the orange-red colours, but I'm quite glad I did this now. So I'm going back in, darken it up with the indigo. It's good to do things different colours sometimes, and I always try to do them a little bit different. Not always, mostly. I did Joanna Basford's book, there was dragons in there, and I did them different colours as well. I was desperately trying not to use traditional dragon colours. There's nothing wrong with that at all, but it's nice to do something a bit different sometimes. That's cool. That looks really lovely and bright. That's my tummy rumbling. If you could hear that. Okay, so let me just go back through those. Indigo, ocean blue and deep sky blue. Okay, so indigo. Ocean blue. And deep sky blue. That's a lovely combination together, isn't it? I like that. Okay, let's do his claws. There we go. Sorry I went quiet, I sort of zoned out a minute there. I think it's just that I've just put a little bit of red in there. The relaxation, I think. I don't know if that should have been red now. I don't know, he looks like he's holding something, so... Anyway, let's do this one. Yeah, completely zoned out. There we go. And I should have done that the other way around. Perhaps I need a break. I've just had a bit of family crap, so it's right. I'm going to switch off and I'll come back. I'm going to erase that and I'm going to do the dark on the inside and the light on the outside. Give me 1 second. Hi everybody, sorry about that. I had to go in my garden because somebody had parked at the top of my garden. Our parking is in our garden, and it just like literally pulled up in our garden, and I don't know where he'd been, but I managed to see him coming back, and I was just on the verge of calling the police because I thought it was stolen, had just been dumped there, because this is literally, so he's parked right next to my car where my husband parks. So I thought, oh, I'm not having this, I'm going out there, and of course the heavens opened, it's raining, there's thunderstorms. And I'm now absolutely soaked. But yeah, I said, what are you doing in my garden? Oh, sorry. I said, well, move. And so he did. But that was, yeah, it was all pretty scary. So back to colouring. I'm going in with my indigo. I mean, just the nerve of some people. It's like if there's an emergency or something, then I get it. But no, he was just sat there. It's like, go away. Honestly. It's not on a public street. I'm a bit concerned as to whether I should have called the police, actually, because it was really weird. You know, who does that? There's a car here. It's clearly somebody's property. So I'm just wondering if I should log it, actually, with the non-emergency police line and just let them know what's happened. Just in case. You know, it was just the weirdest thing. You know, I don't get it. There's obviously nothing wrong with his car because as soon as I confronted him, he shot off. It's just very odd. Very odd. Some people. What do you guys reckon? It's just really weird. Anyway, let's go back to our little blue dragon. Here we go. Oh, he's adorable. A little blue dragon. So, I'm feeling like I'm not going to get this done without rushing it today. Indigo in here too. So I'm feeling like I might finish this little dragon with you and then come back tomorrow. Just so I don't put myself under any undue pressure. And I can get it finished and enjoy it tomorrow. I hope you don't mind. But well, we'll see. Let's right, let's carry on. So we're going to have some dark down this side. If we bring the dark down the sides, these little boobies, we'll bring the dark down the sides. It should help to make him look a little bit more rounded. There we go. Yeah, so I mean, what a day. What is going on in the world? Good grief. I don't know. Am I being the weirdo here? It's just speechless. I thought, oh no, someone's dumped a stolen car at the top of our garden. So when I went up and had a look, I looked in it and I thought, well, I don't know. It doesn't, you know, there's no damage to it anywhere or anything. So goodness only knows where it'd been, but he wasn't in it when I went up there originally. And then when I got up to the top of the garden, I thought, I'm going to flip him well, bang on the window and ask him what he's doing. He jumped a mile. He jumped an absolute mile because it was raining and his car was all steamed up. And I said, what are you doing in my garden? Oh, sorry. I said, well, can you move, please? And he just like shot off, but put the car in drive and off he went. But I mean, clearly somebody's house. We've got, you know, there's stuff up in the garden, there's a car there, there's lights on it in the house because it's so dark. Just what a weird thing to do. Yeah, I still think maybe I should just log it with the police. Just in case. I just think it's very odd. Okay, let's have dark on the inside here on his little cheeks, look. Dark here. So I've locked the doors up, just in case. I've locked all the doors. I usually keep them locked anyway. We are in a relatively safe place, but you just never know, do you? Here we go. I think we're going to go dark from the nostril and come out lighter. Dark from the front of the nose and come out lighter, I think, instead of it being the other way around like you would normally. Just because he's not the average dragon, is he? He's an R.J dragon and he's allowed to be very special. Here we go. Yeah. Oh. The audacity. Yeah, it hasn't got me riled up at all, as you can tell. I'm perfectly fine. Oh my goodness. Okay, right. Can you see? Indigo. Yeah, because I'm stumped for colours, so I'm thinking that maybe I should step away for today when I've done a little blue dragon here. And you come back with fresh eyes first thing in the morning. You can sometimes just step into a page and go, I know what I needed to do. I know what colours I want. Do you know what I mean? I've done that quite a few times now. Just like, oh, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Then all of a sudden, I'll come back and it'll be like, yeah. That colour would look good. That combination would be nice. And it just sort of flows. We'll get his little tummy going. And let's give him a bright blue tummy. Make him look a little bit rotund. There we go. And then we'll just come back in and tidy that up. Soften off that blend. Oh, he's gorgeous. Yeah. Okay. And breathe, Lucy, breathe. Excuse the pun, I don't know if you can hear the rain in the background, but it just seems to, if it's not, what's the phrase, if it's not raining, it's pouring, and how true is that? Oh my gosh. Oh dear, dear, dear. I sound like a crazy cat lady that should be living on her own in the wood somewhere. Okay, I'm going to do the tail dark blue, so we're going to have the dark at the bottom into our mid this way round, and then our bright blue, and we'll do the tail as well. I don't know about his wings. I don't know if I want them blue or if I want him to have a different colour wings. This is the dilemma I face, folks. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I'm going to have to go and put pyjamas on. Oh dear, how will I ever cope? I'm absolutely drenched. It's hammering down. I mean, my garden is flooded and it's only been raining for like 5 minutes. It's absolutely hammering it down. Hang on, I'll open the window, see if you can hear it. Can you hear it? Good grief. Too cold. Right, I'm going to go and put pyjamas on. I'll let you know whether I'm going to come back and do any more or not. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I've got clean, dry pyjamas on and I'm feeling much more comfortable. So I thought, even if I do go off and we don't finish the page together today, I want to do the gold, I think, on his clothes before I make a decision about anything else. So I've got the Arrtx gold pencil and it's actually really good. I don't know if you can see the shimmer on those two, but it's actually really nice and it's a nice colour gold. So if I go in here, then I'll be able to see the areas of this like filigree that, oh, I don't know, if these things confuse my eyesight so much. So I'll make it up. Going in here and up there, and then like this. See what I mean? It just it messes with my eyes. I can't do it. But we'll go in there, and then I think, look at that gold, isn't it pretty? It's a really nice gold, and it's like really soft and, oh, you couldn't see, I'm so sorry. It's quite soft and buttery. I think I'm going to go in with, no, I think I'll just go in with the dark green so that I don't, dark green, I'll give it a bit of a sharpen. I'm sorry things have been a bit jumbly today. They feel jumbly, but probably when I put the video together you won't, hopefully you won't notice that. There we go, and we'll put the dark green in. Oh my goodness, that phone has not stopped ringing. It's doing my head in. Okay, I think there was meant to be a little bit of green here, but I'll leave it the heck alone. just fill in any white gaps. Okay, so that's what I had envisaged, this green and gold on our wizard, like that, and here. I really like it's a really, actually really good metallic pencil. Okay, let's go in and try and do these tiny bits in gold, and then I'll put the green on. Can you see this time? Only just, Lucy, only just. The poor people. Pull it together. Never claimed to be professional, folks. I never did it. There we go. Lovely. I have a bit of, I've missed a bit here, so we'll fill that in dark green there. And maybe is that meant to, yeah, it's meant, oh, gosh, Lucy. Okay. Well, it's going to have to stay dark green, that bit now. Because this is the gold look that trims this bit. So I think, right, I'm going to bring you out a bit because I keep losing you. There we go. I'm too close in. And then that's a bit of flame, that's a bit of cloak there. We'll come up here with our gold. Alright. Okay, so it's just a question of how I want to do this. I think I'm going to have the gold swirly bit in the centre here. And then we can bring in the greens. That's nice and relaxing, isn't it? Nice bit of straight colouring. This will really, I can't rate that highly enough. That is a lovely gold sheen and a really lovely colour. And really buttery. Really soft and squishy. You don't get that very often with metallic pencils, do you? Okay, swirly bit. And swirly bit. Alright. And then, oh, there's a little swirl there. I'll have to decide on the other bits after that, I think. Got it on his staff there. So I think we'll edge the books. Let's have some gold on the books, on the book edges. That makes sense, doesn't it? So let's do the bits that make sense. Sometimes if you just pick out all the bits that you know that have got to be certain colours, the rest of the page is a little bit easier then. Sometimes. So we'll have nice gold trim on our books. Could have done the pages gold. Should we do the pages gold on this one? Like that. Looks a bit more official, doesn't it, this one? A bit more, yeah, and it's got R for RJ on it. There we go. I have gold on that one. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else gold? His little star. We can have a little gold star. And of course we can stick all these up. Sticklise them. And let's just make the handle gold. There we go. There's not that much left to do, is there? But there's a lot to do when you are pressed. for time. So I'm going to call it there for today, and then I'm going to come and meet you back here tomorrow, and we'll get it finished together then, when things, God willing, are a little less chaotic. But I'm thrilled with how it's turning out so far. Yeah, I think he's going to be adorable when we've done his beard and everything else. He's just a brilliant, brilliant character. So I hope you like it so far, and I hope you please come back and join me tomorrow. A lot of work goes into these videos. It takes a long time. And although as much as I love spending time with you, it's really disheartening when you do it and then people aren't watching. So behave. No, thank you very much for joining me. So until we meet again tomorrow, where we get it finished, sending you lots and lots of love, and see you tomorrow. Bye.